Welcome to the Leadership TKO podcast, your source of strategies and insight to make you a winning leader. With no further ado, here is your host, Lakeisha McKnight. All right, everybody. Hello. Lakeisha McKnight is here on this wonderful Thanksgiving Day. It is indeed a Thursday, November 23rd, 2017. It's about 9:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here in Chesapeake, Virginia, within the United States of America. And I want to say welcome to you. You could be, of course, you could be in another part of the world right now, and it could be early morning right now where you are, because I know that there are many of you from various places around the world that listen in and that are connected to this particular podcast. And so welcome. I want to say hello to those of you in the Ukraine. Thank you so much for being connected. Those of you in Australia, Mexico, South Africa, those of you who are, of course, in the United States of America, thank you so very much. The United Kingdom, Peru, Norway, Sweden, Hungary, thank you so much. France, Italy, thank you. Croatia, thank you so much. Peru, we appreciate each and every one of you who are listening in and who stop by and visit and listen to some of our episodes on demand. We thank you so very much. Continue to drop by. Remember, with this podcast, we're here Sundays through Fridays at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. And so what I'm going to do before I dive into backdrop information and the episode at hand, let's go ahead and share on social media. But more specifically, I'm probably going to share in various places. Even though this is indeed a holiday, I'm going to share in several places on Facebook first, okay? And feel free to share even as you may be listening in right now or listening to the replay. So I'm going to go ahead and type in join me now as I am live. Okay, so first I am going to be sharing on my timeline. That's like the given, right? Gotta share there because I know there's some people who are right there on the timeline, my personal timeline there, who want this information. Secondly, where I'm going to go is in an interest group on Facebook, and this is a TKO for Speakers interest group, so I am going to invite people to listen in from there. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay. So I have posted there. And then we also have a community group for the podcast, or I should say for the TKO brand itself. So let's go ahead in that community group and encourage people to listen in. All right, here we go. Perfecto. Right. And now we can go to my official fan page. All right, I'm going to go to my official fan page, Speak Live Leadership fan page. I am going to share there and invite people to join in. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to go to the radio station. There's a radio station fan page that we have, and I am going to share there. All right, so that's what I am primarily doing for Facebook. But I am going to share, okay, in other places right now, some places that I don't normally share. So, for example, I'm going to go to LinkedIn, and I'm going to invite people to listen in on LinkedIn. Now, again, I don't normally do this. You know, LinkedIn is normally not the platform I go and share and invite people to listen into the podcast here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just doing something different. Okay. All right, so hopefully all is well with that one. And then I'm also going to share on Google, so Google Plus. All right, so let me go ahead and share there. Okay, here we go. Be great, of course, if I can share or make a post on Instagram, but I don't know if it's going to allow me to do that. I'm going to go and try to see if I can. Let's see. Actually, it's trying to get me to do an email, and I don't want to do that. So let's review this one more time to see if Instagram pops up, and it does not look like it will allow you to do that, which is okay. It's A-okay. All right. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for being here on this lovely, lovely day. Excited to be here. Now, Leadership TKO, this night show, is one of two podcasts that is a part of the Leadership TKO internet radio station. So the second podcast is called the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast, a podcast for women. And it's a media outlet for a nonprofit that's entitled Women of Elevation, Career Services International. And that podcast airs every Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So, of course, being that as though it's Thursday, we just missed it. But the good thing about having a podcast is that you can listen on demand. So feel free to listen on demand to that particular podcast show. What we may begin to do is also include the link for the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. We may include that link in the description area. That way, you can also just go straight into the description area and just click on it or copy and paste the URL in your browser and listen in and get connected to that podcast also. All right. So thank you so much. I just wanted to share that tidbit. But the internet radio station is one of many subdivisions, a part of the Leadership TKO brand, because we do have Leadership TKO for authors, Leadership TKO for speakers, Leadership TKO for marketers, which is essentially those, of course, who leverage the internet to grow their businesses. And we have a few others, but I'm just going to stop right there. All right. The whole purpose of the Leadership TKO brand is to partner up with associations, with universities, small businesses or entrepreneurs, and faith-based groups to build winning leaders. That's what we do, a part of this brand, Leadership TKO. But the brand is legally protected and housed under an LLC, limited liability company, entitled the iLead Company, ILEAD. And it's an acronym that stands for the International Leadership Education and Development, and of course, company, right? So we offer, of course, a hybrid of services and products so that you can enhance your leadership ability. Because the overall motto of the company, the iLead Company, is to enhance the leadership potential of all humanity. But we know that there's a specific group who loves to be connected to us, and that's the entrepreneurial women out there. Okay, so we know that we cater specifically at times to that particular group because we found that those particular women are more apt to really connecting and wanting information. All right, so that's some information I wanted to share. Now, if you want to learn more about iLead or the TKO brand, the website for the iLead Company is iLeadCompany.com. So that will be www.ileadcompany.com. And of course, for the brand itself, it's leadershiptko.com. Now, all the links that I reference, all of this stuff is going to be in the description area. Okay, so give us about an hour or so and you'll be able to go there and find everything that you need. All right. So just want to give you that little bit of a tidbit. If you can hear me okay on this episode, or if you enjoy anything that I talk about during this episode, I want you to hit the like button or the heart button on the Spreaker platform. So you have to be on the Spreaker platform in order to hit the heart button. Because, if you're on Facebook, you'll hit the like button, right? To like, love, to be shocked. They have different type of expressions on there. But for Spreaker, it's a heart button. And we want you to go ahead and hit that heart button. Also, just to let you know, on the Spreaker platform, you have an opportunity to ask a question or leave a comment. So feel free to do that. It's no force to do it, but feel free to do that at any particular time. Okay? Cool beans. All right. So here's the deal. All right, here's the deal. Now, normally we have a schedule that we follow from Sunday through Fridays. It's a specific topic we cover. So on today, we specifically cover speakers. So for those of you who are aspiring speakers, maybe you're not a full-time speaker yet, or maybe you're not a paid speaker yet, and you just really got started, or you just really want to do it. You haven't even started it yet. This particular podcast day is for you. All right. So be sure, of course, to stay in here, right? Stay connected so we can help you to thrive as a speaker. All right. So we did write a message on the blog today. Hopefully you've had a chance to go by and visit the blog. Please go back and do that and encourage other sisters and other brothers, other business colleagues to check out the blog message today. The link for the blog message will be inside of the description area. But if you can look at the podcast title, it says Public Speaking Skills, the first 3 minutes, right? The first 3 minutes of your presentation or of your speaking engagement is critical, especially when you hit the stage. And the reason being is, as a speaker, it's important in order for the audience members to fully digest your content or really understand your message, you have to be able to connect with them. So what is it that you can do as a speaker to develop or establish that connection? Some people will go out there and tell a joke. Okay. No, I'm not talking about why did the chicken cross the road? I'm not talking about that type of joke. And of course, we all heard the answer to get to the other side, right? But I'm just talking about something that will just create just kind of an uproar. And you have to make sure it's funny, because you don't want to get out there and they're just looking at you like, and you get this weird silence and it's not funny at all. So you make sure you run it through maybe a friend or two, just to make sure it makes sense to add that at the beginning of your talk. Or how about a statistic? Maybe a statistic may help, depending on the type of talk you're going to give. Because if it's more of a factual, kind of a reportive type of talk, and it's not persuasive, it's not entertaining at all, then a statistic will work. If you're doing a training, a statistic will work. Okay? But if it's more like if you're doing a keynote speech, or if it's a conference and it's multiple speakers, then maybe statistics may be one of the last resorts for you. Maybe some comedy or maybe a touching beginning of a story would help. But the important part of this is that when you get on stage, you have to hook your audience. Get them connected. Get them like on the edge of their seats where they're just like, man, I got to keep listening to this. I wonder what's going to happen next. What is she going to say next? What is he going to say next? That's what you want them to do during the first 3 minutes. I normally like to get people out of their seats the first 3 minutes. If I can get you out of your seat and get you just kind of like in a celebration type of mode, it's golden after that. It's golden, right? I don't care what kind of topic it is. It can be as factual and like a reportive type of talk as it wants to be. But if I can get you up out of your seat and celebrate, it's golden. Okay. But you have to figure out what is that thing going to be for you that you are going to choose, that's going to hook your audience and that's going to really grab and capture their attention and help you to engage your audience. Now, I do delve into this a bit more, of course, on the blog. Now, I do encourage you to go and read the entire blog message. It will not take you long at all. It should take you about less than 5 minutes to read the message today. There's no video version today, so don't have to worry about looking for a video. There's no video, and we didn't do video simply because of the holiday. So we didn't want to do anything extra. We want to do something really basic. We want to add value, but we want to do something basic and not have to do anything overboard, because we know that you're spending a lot of time with family and friends, okay? All right. So be sure to do that. All right. Today, we also gave an opportunity for people to grab some leads. If you're connected to me on Facebook, we, ask for people to submit some information. That way we can email them 10 leads. These are 10 organizations that's going to help, that actually looks to book speakers. So if you want to be in on that, you have just a couple hours left. That means you need to send me a friend request on Facebook. That link is going to be in the description area. And then you need to scroll down and actually send the request. I need to accept it. And then at that point, you can send me an inbox message and say, hey, Lakeisha, what about those leads? After tonight, that opportunity will be removed and we will delete the post, because we know that some people will come back after the fact and, of course, ask for them, but it's only for a limited time. Okay. Now, I also want to mention to you that if you are a woman and you're listening to this, this is a great opportunity for you, because what we're doing is we've started this amazing campaign this year that adds value, adds support, adds fire into the hearts of women around the world on a consistent basis. It's called the Born to Lead Global Women's Leadership Campaign. That's right, leadership. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that you were born to lead? I mean, that God has called you to do something amazing in the field of your choice, whether it's ministry, fashion, whether it's business, the corporate world. Do you believe that God has called you to do something just unique and that's going to add value to people's lives? Would you like support along that journey? Would you like some mentorship or some leadership and business training to help you to succeed in what you're doing? Then I invite you to register for a free membership with the Born to Lead campaign, just to be a member, just to say, hey, I agree with what you're doing. I believe that I'm born to lead, and I do want consistent support. And so we encourage you to go ahead and get locked in and get support. Now, of course, you might be asking, well, Lakeisha, is there anything required of me? The only thing we ask of you to do is share the opportunity with others. That is it. That's the only thing that we ask you to do. Share it with other women, encouraging other women to take a look at it and make a decision for themselves as to whether they would like to be a part of it. All right. So again, that's just a little tidbit. Now, the link for registration for this campaign is very simple. You have to make sure that you're on a desktop or a laptop computer only, because doing it on a cell phone, let me tell you, it may give you a little bit of an issue, okay, because of the form. But you can just simply go to this website. It's www.born2lead2018.com. And that is because we are continuing the campaign into 2018. We're not stopping. We're continuing to light fire under the hearts of women around the world. So igniting fire into their hearts and, of course, doing life and doing business together. That's essentially what we're doing through this campaign. And if you're ready to do this, let's lock arms. Let's get it done, my sister. So the website again is www.borntolead2018.com. All right. So who's ready? You ready to win as we end this 2017 year? Are you ready truly to win? I mean, walk in your divine purpose. I'm talking about doors swinging wide open, abundance coming your way. I'm talking about opportunities and new relationships forming. I mean, just amazing things that happen. This is not fluff. This is just walking by faith and believing that it will happen. And if you believe that, let's do this. Let's believe and have faith together in this journey. Okay? So I appreciate you. And I'm hoping, of course, you enjoyed your day. Once again, spending time with family, spending time with friends, as it is Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States. And it may be the case that you celebrate this holiday also where you live, also outside the States. But thank you so very, very much. Remember to visit the website when you can, the blog more specifically. The blog link is www.leadershiptko.com/blog. All right. So again, thank you so very much. We're going to be back here, of course, tomorrow night at 9:00 p.m. Tomorrow is actually Fitness Fridays, where we help you to focus on your health and your wellness and your fitness all together, because without health, we can't do anything else. Right? We can't have that impact we want. We can't have that influence because we will be on lockdown in our beds. Okay, so let's get well. Let's get fit. Let's get to it. Let's not neglect that area of our lives. So until tomorrow, my friend, my sister, my brother, I do encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership.
Thanks for listening to the Leadership TKO podcast. To continue the conversation of how to take your leadership from good to great, visit www.leadershiptko.com.